All right, so you sent this video, and I got to say, my jaw kind of hit the floor. LeBron James not throwing down some insane dunk, not hitting a game winner, just like standing there on these weird inflatable pods.
Yeah.
3.2 million views on the NBA's official Instagram. The Cavs even reposted it. Racked up another million views. People are more interested in this than like Blake Griffin's insane buzzer beater. What is going on here?
It's pretty wild, right? But this isn't just some random fitness thing. LeBron's using this to tap into something called proprioception.
Proprioception.
Yeah, those pods, they're called Waff Mini Elites. They're designed to challenge and improve an athlete's awareness of their body and balance.
Okay, proprioception. I feel like I've heard that word before, but remind me. And why is this so important for a guy like LeBron? I mean, he's already an amazing athlete.
Think about it this way. You walk downstairs without looking at your feet. Your body just knows where to put them. That's proprioception in action. For someone like LeBron who needs to jump, land, change direction in a split second on the court, that unconscious awareness of his body and space is so important.
Yeah. So these WAFs are like messing with that feeling, making him work harder to just stay balanced.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It makes his body make these tiny adjustments, constantly recalibrating. Now, LeBron was recovering from that ankle injury, and those injuries can really mess with your proprioception, which can make you more likely to get injured again. His trainer, Mike Mancia, specifically chose the WAFs to help him regain strength and stability in a way that's really targeted.
And I read somewhere that Mancia has called these things a lie detector test for the body. What did he mean?
That's a really good way to put it. On solid ground, you can sometimes compensate for weaknesses, But on these unstable pods, you can't fake it. Any imbalance or weakness is going to be obvious right away. Maybe even stuff that wouldn't show up on an MRI.
So you're saying they can actually be more informative than a scan in some cases?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But here's what I don't get. I was checking out these WAFs and I saw videos of babies and pregnant women just chilling out on these giant versions.
Yeah.
Where did this whole athlete thing come from?
That's the interesting part. The WAF was originally all about relaxation, but then this French trainer named Fabrice Gauthier,
Okay.
he works with a lot of NBA guys, Rudy Gobert, Carmelo Anthony. He saw the potential for training. Think about it. You're already working against gravity on these things. Then you add a squat, a lunge. Your core is working so hard. Even Giancarlo Stanton, that massive MLB slugger, he uses them to improve his stability.
Wow, I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
So how did this go from like this niche training thing to LeBron James using it before a playoff game?
Gauthier started getting really great results with his players, not just ankle stability, but core strength, balance, injury prevention, things every athlete needs. And when you're in your 15th season like LeBron and you're feeling the pressure of carrying your team with all those injuries, any edge matters. It's like he's already a Ferrari. Now these WAFs are helping him fine-tune the engine, maximize his potential.
That's a great way to put it, putting gas in a Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes you think, if something made for relaxing can become this high-level training tool, what else is out there? What other unexpected things are athletes using to get that extra edge?
Yeah, it really highlights how we're constantly rethinking what training even means. We have these ideas about lifting weights, running sprints, but something as simple as standing on an unstable surface can completely change the game.
And it's not just about getting stronger or faster, right? You mentioned injury prevention. It sounds like these WAFs can actually help athletes avoid injuries before they even happen.
Yeah, that's one of the most exciting things about them. Remember that lie detector thing? It's not just about finding existing weaknesses. It's about finding those little imbalances that could lead to a bigger injury later on if you don't fix them.
So you're telling me something that looks as simple as these inflatable pods could actually be more revealing than an MRI sometimes?
That's what some trainers are saying. An MRI shows you the structure, the bones, the ligaments, but the WAFs show you how your body is actually working, how it's compensating, what muscles are firing when they shouldn't be. It's like a whole other level of information.
That's incredible. And it sounds like this isn't just for elite athletes either. I was reading about how some physical therapists are using WAFs with their patients, even people recovering from serious injuries.
Exactly. Think about someone who's had a knee replacement. They need to learn how to walk again, how to trust their body again. The WAFs can give them that extra challenge in a safe way, helping them build confidence and get that sense of balance back.
That's a powerful example of how this technology can be used for more than just trying to get faster.
And the cool thing is the WAFs are pretty simple. It's the way they're used in a training program that makes the difference. Gauthier, that French trainer, he has his athletes doing all sorts of things on those pods, squats, lunges, even just standing on one leg. And the results are amazing.
It's making me rethink my own workouts. But speaking of different athletes, you mentioned Giancarlo Stanton using the WAFs. I was pretty surprised to see a baseball player doing this kind of training.
Right. You wouldn't think balance is a big deal in hitting a home run. But it's all about generating power from the ground up, having a stable core and being able to move energy efficiently through your body. That's important for any athlete, no matter the sport.
So even though this all started with LeBron's pregame routine, it sounds like it's useful for way more than just basketball.
Oh, for sure. We're seeing athletes from all kinds of sports starting to use WAFs in their training, golfers, tennis players, even dancers. It's all about having stability and control no matter what you do.
This has been really eye-opening. We started with a viral video of LeBron and ended up in this whole world of cutting-edge training techniques.
It's crazy how a simple tool can lead to so much innovation. And it really makes you wonder, what's next? What other unexpected things are going to change the way we think about athletic performance?
That's a great question. And it's not just about the technology itself, right? It's about the creativity and the willingness to challenge what we think we know. That's what's driving this progress.
Exactly. It's about people who see a relaxation tool and think, wait a minute, this could help my athletes become superstars. That's how you push the limits of what's possible.
It's inspiring to see how people are constantly searching for new ways to improve, to get better. And who knows, maybe one day we'll all be using WAFs at home.
Maybe. But even if we don't all become proprioception experts, I think there's a good lesson here for everyone. Sometimes the most unexpected things can lead to the biggest breakthroughs. It's all about being open-minded and trying new things.
That's a great takeaway. But I also wonder, as we use more and more technology to get better, are there any downsides? Are we getting a little too obsessed with gadgets?
That's a valid point, and it's something we should definitely talk about. Technology should be a tool to help us reach our potential, not something we have to rely on. It's all about balance.
Like, these WAFs seem great for pros, but what happens when everybody wants the newest tech? Does it make things unfair?
That's a big question, right? Especially as this stuff becomes more available, not just for the top athletes, but for like regular people too. We got to make sure everyone can get access to this kind of technology, that it doesn't become another thing that holds people back.
And even besides like the cost, are we going to forget about the basics? I mean, people have been training for years without needing fancy gadgets.
That's so true. Technology should help us understand our bodies better, not replace the important parts of training. Like good form, working hard consistently, knowing your limits. Those are always going to be the foundation.
So it's not like we're all going to be walking around on WAFs all the time. It's about using them the right way.
Exactly. Think of it like a chef. They have all these cool appliances, but they still got to know how to chop vegetables. Season food, make sure the flavors work together. Technology makes them better and more exact, but it doesn't replace the basic skills.
That's a great way to think about it. It also makes me think about like the mental side of things. If we're too focused on all these tools, are we forgetting about the stuff inside? Like being mentally tough, focus, discipline. Can't just buy that stuff.
Absolutely. And in some ways, that's even more important as technology gets better, because anyone can get the latest gadget, but it's what's in your head that makes you truly great. Those athletes who can push through tough times, who can stay calm when things are crazy, who believe in themselves, that's where the real difference is.
So we started with LeBron's video and got into proprioception, WAFs, the future of training. But it feels like we found something even bigger. It's not just about the technology, it's about how we use it, how it affects our minds, how we remember the basics, even as things change.
I think that's a perfect way to say it. And
Right.
it's something to think about not just in sports, but in life. Technology is always changing. But what's inside us, our drive, our toughness, our ability to grow, that's what really matters.
We started with LeBron on inflatable pods and ended up talking about what it means to be human. That's what I love about these deep dives. You never know where you'll end up.
And the journey is just as important as where you end up, right? The fact that we're having these conversations, that we're questioning things and trying new stuff, that means we're moving in the right direction.
Totally agree. And it makes you think, what's the next video that's going to make us rethink everything about training performance, even ourselves?
I can't wait to see. Thanks for joining us on this awesome deep dive.